to get a sense of what exactly is happening on ground. We're being joined by Amar Pradhan, who is a news anchor at the Kantipur television, which is in Kathmandu. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us here on Mirror Now. Now, we understand that 14 bodies have been recovered, but there were 22 people on board. And we also understand that some of them are beyond recognition. So if you can just give us a sense of, what is happening over there on ground, what are the kind of operations that are being undertaken by the Nepal government?
Yes, Apeksha, it's a very heartbreaking moment we usually don't have any good things to share with the Indian channels. It's another tragic news from Nepal. As you have most of the details that you have mentioned here, the incident actually happened yesterday. It was 9:55 a.m. Nepal time, and minutes after, precisely 12 minutes after the airplane had taken off from Pokhara, which is a very picturesque, popular site in Kathmandu, in Nepal. 12 minutes later, this Tara Air twin-otter aircraft, it went missing. It was reported missing, and it was feared that this twin-otter aircraft had crashed in the Mustang district, some 6 kilometers in the vicinity of the airport there. That was quite nearby, but this place where this aircraft had crashed, it was the place called Sanusari at an altitude of 12,500 feet. Most of the time, it remains enveloped in a very thick smog. That was the reason why the rescue teams, there were some private airlines which had intensified rescue effort. There was Nepal Army team, there was Nepal police team, there was widespread rescue efforts was conducted. But because of adverse weather circumstances, because the weather was not so clear yesterday, it was raining and it was windy, so the rescue efforts were greatly hampered. And it was around 6:30 yesterday evening when the rescue efforts were stalled. And yesterday, the Nepal Army team that was in the lead of all the rescue, it had said, like, we will continue with the rescue tomorrow morning. That is Sunday morning today. And early morning today, 7:10 Nepal time, this crash site was located, 7:10 in the morning. And after that, they could send pictures. It was a completely devastating site. Moments after they had recovered this debris, the scattered bodies, the bodies were scattered. The debris of the plane was scattered at a radius of 100 meters. And as you had informed, some 14 bodies have been recovered so far until this moment. 14 bodies have been recovered, but they are completely charred bodies, as it happens with the airplane crash, beyond recognition. And efforts are underway to bring those bodies to Kathmandu, where autopsy will be conducted and autopsy to identify the bodies. Yes, Apeksha.
Mr. Pradhan, if also you could, tell us what the Nepal government is saying. What is the preliminary assessment of the crash, the reason why this incident took place, in the first place?
It's just a day after the crash, and I think it's too early even for the government to speak regarding the reasons. As thorough investigation will be carried out according to this into the incident. And I was at office right now. I'm at my home. In the office, I was in the morning, and I had this opportunity to talk with some of the authority regarding this specific reason, and they were also telling me it's too early. And most of the time in this kind of accident, unfortunately, always the human error, that is the pilot error, is pointed out most of the time. So to kind of make the airplane owners or the airline owners escape, I think the pilots are made the scapegoat.
Right.
All right. So here also the pilots, although he was a very experienced pilot who was experienced in flying in this kind of a mountain rugged, mountain rugged zone. But as it happens with most of the time with the investigations, unfortunately, human errors will be pointed out. And apart from that, as we know, this mountainous region, especially in the Mustang area, like so many accidents repeatedly has occurred in this area. Some 13, 14 airplane accidents have occurred in the past in the same region. So in the case of Nepal, most of the time it's a bad weather. That is one of the reasons, bad weather. Apeksha.
Right. Mr. Pradhan, obviously, we will keep coming back to you to get a sense of all the latest developments that are taking place in Nepal. For the moment, thank you so much for joining us.